Hey guys, want to make clear that this video is sponsored by LG. I received the product, the television, and the soundbar that I'm about to give you impressions for. But I liked it so much, I went ahead and upgraded and I paid my own money for the difference. You'll see what I'm talking about in just a second. Hope you guys enjoy. Time to review some TVs. Woo! Hell yeah, as you can tell, I partnered up with LG, but I'm not selling out because I bought this TV with my own goddamn money. I bought this TV. I had so much fun with this TV, reviewing it. I said, you know what, I'm gonna upgrade to the 77-inch, put this thing back in its box with the tape, and I bought this with my own money. So, I wanna tell you, if you're out there looking to get a new television for holiday season, for Black Friday, Christmas, whatever, consider these TVs. Now, this one is very expensive. This is their flagship title. I don't know if you know, I have an eye condition, keratoconus, a little blurry vision, so I like my TVs as big as possible. Ever since I was a kid, I dreamed of having a TV this big, and now I have the capability and means to do so. But I'd say this one is one that you should seriously consider for the price point. In fact, my girlfriend's parents even bought the 55-inch. I went over to their house, check it out. I reviewed it. I got the same impressions. The OLED is amazing, guys. And there's deals on these things right now for the holidays. So I'm gonna be giving you my impressions of these televisions. I'm gonna be comparing them to the TVs that I already owned. If you remember my setup from several years ago, I had a Sharp Aquos, the best at the time, 65-inch. I'm even gonna compare it to a cheapy Vizio, you know, a few $100s you can get at Walmart. Joe, why do I need to spend in the 1,000 range if I can get one for a few $100s? Well, OLED 4K, HDR, HDMI 2.1, and another big thing, variable screen refresh rate, so you can use these bad boys as computer monitors. And right now, there's actually nothing that uses HDMI 2.1. That's future-proofing yourself for 2020 when the PS5 and the Xbox Next come out. They are gonna use it, and you're gonna wanna future-proof yourself. So that's why I did this now. Plus, got the soundbar because in these big TVs, they're so thin, this amazing amount of thinness. In fact, it is ridiculously cool. It just doesn't output really good sound. This one has a scoop that kind of boosts the sound, so it's a little bit better than this one, but you're gonna wanna consider a sound bar. And the LG system has a 5.1 system with only 2 pieces. Kind of gives you that crazy theater effect where you hear helicopters in the air bouncing off all the walls and stuff. And I tested it, it works, guys. All right, so the only thing is, as you can tell, I've got a great area for green screen and lights, but not so good of an area for filming, all right? So I partnered up with Digital Trends, who has a studio, talked with their editor-in-chief, and he said, yeah, Joe, sure, use as many clips as you want, just give us credit down below. These guys are awesome. Go to them for all your tech reviews. I'm not a tech review guy. I'm just giving it to you from sort of a layman, standpoint. And doing my research, but click the link below because they compare these televisions up against their competitors and show you why I'm so happy right now and why they're really good, and you might want to consider them this holiday season. So let's jump right into the video, check them out. First up is the design of the TV. Now, I don't know about you, but I think it looks absolutely beautiful. It has a sort of a low profile, and it's got sort of this stand that actually helps filter and scoop some of the sound towards you. Now, me and Joe actually decided not to go with the stand. We went in with a mounting system. Basically, it's real easy. You drill into your wall, find the studs, drill that, and then just put the mount on the back, and then just lift up the TV and slide it on there, and we're good to go, and then secure it. And it's really got this awesome look. I got lucky with the 77-inch, just barely fitting where my 3 computer monitors are, and this will essentially act as my 4th computer monitor. But as far as the design goes, it's insane, guys. Like, look at how thin this television is. I was blown away when we opened it. These guys came in my house and they started opening my TV without my permission.
I thought this was a mirror.
I walked in here. I got my new LG 65-inch. Look at this!
This is a TV?
This is insane! Joe, look at me. Have you ever seen a TV like that?
My mirror's thicker than...
This is so cool! Okay, guys. I just thought it was cool. I guess I'm an old fart. I didn't know how fast technology is coming along. I mean, for Christ's sake, look at it. It's actually thinner than my phone. I put my phone up side by side with the television, and it is thinner than my phone, which is crazy to me. Second is going to be the OLED technology. Now, this is basically the epitome. This thing is, if you look at all the review channels, this thing is kicking everything else's ass. The blacks are so true. The colors are vibrant. Everything looks amazing. You can even see this direct comparison against its competitors. Which one looks more black? Which one looks like the true black? And it is the LG. And that was important to me because I watch a lot of, Star Wars. I do a lot of video games. I was playing Death Stranding on this thing, and it looked fucking amazing. My footage doesn't do it justice, which is why I'm using some other footage, but you really need to see this in person. It was looking better on my television than even my computer screens where I was recording the footage too, and I just kept staring at it. You can see the individual pores on the face with the 4K HDR. It was just really, really nice. So I wanted the nicest possible picture, and I can confirm that this thing blows away my Sharp and my Vizio easily. That's probably because it does have some extra technology. Not only is it a smart TV where you can throw away all those cables that clutter up the back of my old television, like, your Fire Sticks, your Chromecast, Rokus, and all that crap. All that's built into the TV, and with such an advanced processor chip, you never really have to worry about going out of date or the smart TV not able to handle it. Some people knock on smart TVs when they first came out because Disney Plus is actually coming out, and a few TVs won't work with Disney Plus, but you're not going to have that problem with this thing. This thing's like a computer chip, basically. It actually has an AI learning system. Now, I actually can't do the explanation justice, so I'm actually going to let Digital Trends explain this next part for you, what the chip actually does.
The Alpha 9 Gen 2 processor attempts to take that image, no matter what the quality, no matter what the source, and make it look as good as it possibly can. One of the ways it does that is it very successfully eliminates banding. So say you're watching something on Netflix and there's a big wash of gray or blue. What you'll notice, especially in like sunset scenes, for instance, there's all these bands of color. And that's because it's a low bit rate signal. So LG takes its powerful processor, runs it through, and basically eliminates those kind of artifacts. And the end result is a very clean, pristine picture.
So that is pretty impressive. TVs have come a long way. It'll definitely handle any of the apps that you throw at it, So I was confident in that and that technology, but also when I compared it, the reason number three is when I compared it to my other television, this one just has a much better interface. You can basically, it's got WebOS, so you can surf the internet, you could pull up all the different apps very easy. The bar is actually kind of smaller than in previous years, the navigation bar, so it kind of stays out of your way, which is nice. It also has a sub-navigation bar, which is truly helpful with like recents or popular ones, and there's an intelligent mode that it sorts it based upon the apps that you use the most. So I thought that was pretty cool. And finally, the biggest reason, though, is I'm future-proofing myself. I want to make sure I have the latest and greatest when 2020 rolls around and those new consoles come out. So what I wanted HDMI 2.1, which is this upcoming format that nothing really uses right now. And this is one of the few TVs that has that ready for it, because the PS5 and the Xbox Next will have that technology. And allowed it to take advantage of greater bandwidth, and that just results in using your television as a computer monitor if you wanted that option. This one in particular just had an update in November to use NVIDIA G-Sync so that you can actually do that kind of stuff right now, and sort of eliminate the screen tearing that you would normally have to deal with on these larger televisions. And with that technology and the upcoming HDMI 2.1, that's not going to be a problem anymore. So I wanted to, sort of future-proof that. It's also got eARC technology. I did all my research. That would take another 20-minute video to explain, but just know that basically it replaces the optical cable, and it's just an HDMI that can transfer upstream and downstream, communicate from your soundbar to your television. Because granted, the only weakness that I found in this television is the audio. Now, the audio is better than in my Vizio. It is better than in my Sharp, and it is better than this older LG that me and my friend Devin pulled our money together a long time ago to watch the Dallas Cowboys in football on. It's better than all those, but it's still not like a replacement for a home theater system. So testing out this new soundbar that I got, which is basically simulates the 5.1 surround sound system. It does have Dolby Atmos. It does have this advanced audio technology. It makes it seem like sound is coming from above and the sides from just two units, the woofer and one speaker. And I tested it. It actually works. Now it's not quite as, 110 out of 10 as a real home theater system where you put all the wires everywhere and you deal with receivers and you spend so much more money, but it does the trick. In my small little room, I was really impressed with the sound. So, and maybe here's a little bit of an example of that for you. You can't hear. You have to be in person to kind of hear it, in both the visuals and the audio. So I was really impressed with that aspect of the television as well. So the only other concern is the OLED technology itself. Some people try to poo-poo on the OLED technology, saying, oh, it suffers from burn-in, but that might have been true a while ago. These recent OLEDs are not experiencing that. In fact, you can, there's a lot of YouTubers, fellow YouTubers that have done the research. One guy in particular, HD TV Test, did an OLED burn-in test where he used it for 6 months, 20 hours a day. You're not going to leave your TV on for 20 hours a day for 6 months straight, but even after that, he had no burn-in. And it's the same way with another test done by Ratings. This one, they did a year burn-in test, and at least in this test, it pertains to us gamers because They also play Call of Duty. Some people say, well, the HUD elements, you know, your map and your gun and things like that are gonna burn in. Well, if you look here, that is not an issue, and this is just running the television at a constant rate for a year, when you yourself, you're gonna be switching it up, you're gonna be watching movies, you're gonna be, you know, doing other things than having that HUD there. Now, if you leave the TV on for CNN or something like that, it could do a little bit of burn-in, but again, this burn-in is only present after you're basically doing an in-store demo for a year straight, and none of you guys are going to be doing that. So all this stuff about burn-in is overblown, honestly, with the OLEDs. Sorry, guys. But, you know, I haven't had the television for months. I haven't had it for years, but I will update you guys in a Twitter post if that does, you know, tend to be the case. So honestly, in this lineup that LG has of their newest stuff, the C9, which has all the technology I've been talking about, especially in the 77-inch, this is, I think, the way to go. Yes, there are TVs out there like my Vizio that you can pick up for, you know, $400 or $800. But if you're trying to future-proof yourself, if you're trying to take advantage of what's coming out in the next couple years, you're probably going to want to stay within this range. The price range on these, it goes anywhere from in the 1,000, 1,000, you know, 400, 500. You could find Black Friday deals going on. The 65-inch is probably where I recommend most people to be at, the, you know, like the $2,000. It's an investment, but honestly, you know, there's a few things you don't cheap out on. You don't cheap out on toilet paper, your tires, your bed. And at least from a gamer standpoint and from a movie lover standpoint, I don't like cheaping out on my television. So, and I went above and beyond. This one is pretty damn expensive if you go 77-inch. That might be overkill. You know, after using it, I do think that you'll be all right with a 65-inch, unless you want to go crazy. And you can go even crazier. So I actually went in this rabbit hole, and I was watching hours and hours of YouTube content. I highly recommend this really wholesome dude who did this comparison between a 4K and an 8K TV, in fact, with an LG. So you definitely want to check this video out. It's from Extra Shot. He gets people that are unaware but that are somewhat picture experts in the area, and gets them to try to choose which TV looks better, sharper, and which one is the actual 8K. And they actually picked the LG, the C9. So that's yet another reason that this TV excels, you know, 4K versus 8K, at least the QLED 8K. You know, it has to do with the black areas in between the white pixels and sort of that bleed over. If you look at the actual OLED technology, it just looks way more uniform and way better than an 8K TV using QLED. So this stuff goes on forever, but I just wanted to let you know that at least with these three televisions that I've tested, I think they're right now the best ones on the market, considering if you want to future-proof yourself, if you want to you know, take advantage of the future technology that's coming out, and if you're a gamer and a movie lover, then you might want to consider paying a little bit more for those TVs. Otherwise, if you don't care about all that stuff, go with a cheaper TV. It's all up to you. Though I do think you should treat yourself, you know, this coming Black Friday and this Christmas to something nice. Gaming and you know, enjoying what we love in movies is always much, much better when you have a nicer setup. So pull your money together, you know, ask for it for Christmas or whatever. But that's my experience anyway with these LG TVs. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and yeah, I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you on the next Angry Joe show. Bye, guys.